Hey, this is Tyler with NOTT, and you're listening to the Heavy Mental Breakdown podcast.
Yeah. Hey man, thank you so much for jumping on this with me on a late Monday night.
Absolutely, man.
Anyone who doesn't know who NOTT is, what can you tell us about you?
We are a two-piece from the Pacific Northwest. I do guitar and vocals, and I live in the Seattle area. And Julia Jamin does drums. She's up in Vancouver, Canada. And we just write some really intense death doom and play it where we can.
Hell yeah. How long have you been doing this for?
We've been a band since like right before the pandemic, like late 2019. But
What a time to start making music, huh?
Right? Well, I did it as a solo project from 2012. And it took me a long time to turn it into a live thing and bring on other folks. So
Okay.
it did like a really serious shift into like, all right, we're going to do the live thing. And then live shows stopped happening. So
So what genre would you label NOTT?
I have a hard time with that. My shortcut is just calling us death doom, like death metal
doom.
and doom metal smushed together. But we've got a
Love
lot
it.
of stuff that's like there's like every extreme band these days. There's tinges of this and tinges of that, like a little bit of black in the stuff here, a little bit of Thal there, a little little prog here. So.
I feel like there are just way too many genres out there right now to just be confined into like one thing when there's so many like subcategories of everything right now.
Right, like it's useful until it stops being like having a shorthand for we're a progressive metalcore band or a post shoegaze band or whatever the fuck. It's like, can I curse on this? Is that
absolutely.
cool?
Yeah, you can.
Right. Useful, but then as bands start to like further expand down, and genre bend over the decades, like those labels stop making sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I almost even feel nervous talking to people about music just because some people are very specific on their genres, and if you mislabel them, it's like no, it's this. And so I'm just like I like the rock band this, I just like it's a rock and roll band. That's how I categorize everything I listen to now. Rock and roll.
Like a grandparent or an elder coworker asks, like, "Oh, you're in a band?" Like, yeah, just a rock band. I'm not getting into it.
Real quick though, I wanted to get back to what you were talking about with the pandemic. How was that for you guys in your band?
It's weird to talk about it because for the band, personally, we had a great and world-ending pandemic. It's hard to talk positively about something that was so frustrating and awful, and people died, and it was the worst. But if you specifically look at just what it did for us as a band, it gave us an opportunity to do a hard gear shift, which we took advantage of. We had an album out, and Julia had just joined. So we were gearing up to play all these shows. We had like a Canada run, like the first Canada run for the band scheduled, and then everything shut down, got canceled. It was scary, and I'm sure everyone remembers, February, March of 2020. And what we decided was, let's just hunker down and write and just see what happens. And Julia and I we wrote the last record, Hiraeth, purely remote. So, like, I would write stuff here in Washington. She would write stuff up in Vancouver, and we just purely telecommunication over the course of a year put together an album. And it was a very useful and healthy outlet for us.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was
the-
going to go through next. I was going to say, as hard as that
Yeah.
time was, it feels like you guys were able to kind of take your anger and take out some frustration on the music and really just tone in and focus on that to distract yourselves.
Yeah, it was also not just a distraction, but like just like a coping mechanism.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
yeah, it was pretty. Like what we had written was the most like the the heaviest, whatever that means, the most intense thing that I had created up to that point, and I attribute that to I guess like emotional honesty, like
Yeah.
allowing myself to really kind of pour onto the page, I guess. What I had done in the past, I know that a lot of what this podcast is about lyrics and stuff. One of our tags, one of the quips that we throw online all the time is sonic storytelling, or sonic storytelling from the abyss, or something like that.
Yeah, I saw that in your bio in like the description on top. Yeah.
Yeah. And so everything that's come out, the EPs, albums, they're all these like contained stories, or like a full narrative arc from beginning to end. And when I started this, I was in my early 20s, and I had all the frustrations of like your average early 20s person, but nothing too. I didn't want to write anything that was too on the nose about my life. I didn't want to be that vulnerable. So I masked a bunch of shit and metaphor, and like wrote a story that was loosely related to something that I felt personally, and then spun a yarn from there. But when we did it in 2020, I allowed the veil to thin a little bit, and I allowed some more directly personal things to kind of come through. And I think that it translated really well. And I think that it helped people connect with what we're doing a little bit better, a little easier than in the past when I was more guarded.
The pandemic forced us to be with ourselves, to be with our own thoughts. We forget, unless we really think about it, but we forget just about when everything shuts down, where does our mind go? Because we're so focused on traffic the next day to get to work, or, just everyday life stuff. But when that all just goes away and you can't go anywhere and you're just there with yourself, I feel like that changed a lot of our lives, and for the creatives especially, because it made them just want to get out how they feel in a creative way. For me, that was writing scripts. I wrote a lot of short stories around that time. And some of them, some of those stories are the best things I've ever written in my life. And I'm just like, man, that was powerful. I was going through something at that point. But I'm sure like that's what is happening for you. Like now you're looking back, 5 years or so later, and like, man, we got through that time. And the music proves that we got through that time. And it kind of sounds like it transformed your band into a more open, honest, and the word you used was vulnerable. It seemed like that kind of changed. Was it kind of just the next thing after that, or do you feel like a major change going forward with the band, or was it kind of just the thing you were writing at the time?
It's hard to say, because that was also the tipping point when it went from being a studio project to a live project. So being able to jam in the room with the drummer and bounce ideas back and forth, and play our first couple of shows in front of a crowd. We played a few shows before we were able to, before the album. So it was things that had never been experienced on a stage in a room with people in it. Like communicating that story around the fireplace is different than listening to the audiobook.
You're right.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that evolution, that shift, with the vulnerability came hand in hand with becoming a live band and the music shifting, understanding like the pacing of a live performance, how adrenaline makes things seem faster or slower, how the room is different. Playing a thing and staring at someone while you're playing it is very different than looking at it.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you feel like that switch was ultimately a positive thing for the band?
Absolutely. 100%.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you just you feel more connected with it personally. Like I'm sure you felt that way with the other things, like you were saying you were using metaphors to kind of not be as vulnerable. But I'm sure once, like you said, the veil came down and you're just like, this is who I am, this is who we are. I bet it just kind of felt freeing in a way.
It did. I have a short story that I just remembered. It's not one I've only been on a couple of podcasts ever. I've never told this story publicly. So after the pandemic, when we were starting to play these new songs off the last album live, we were playing one of them, and it was the first time we ever played it in a set on a stage in front. Just scary. It's like, hopefully this fucking works. Hopefully this translates in a live arena. And we had it towards the end of the set, so sweaty, out of breath, exhausted, lights, whatever. And the big outro, I'm like measuring my lung capacity for these huge, long, guttural screams. And song ends. And I take a second, I go get some water, and I realize and I realize it's not sweat, and I was bawling, and I had no idea.
Wow.
Because I was so like laser focused on performing it and not fucking it up that some other part of my brain was just like just able to like really express like for like my subconscious was like surface, and I had to like turn on. Oh, anyway, next song.
Yeah, wow.
I was talking to my wife about it afterwards, and she was like, "Yeah, writing it down is one thing, recording it is something else, but like you've never actually said it until now."
Yeah,
I thought that was
How did you feel after that performance compared to other performances?
Like light and like kind of almost shaky, if that makes sense. Like like
just
being down
your adrenaline is just so high, and then you just had this very emotional moment. I'm sure there was a bunch of different things going through your head at that time, for sure.
Yeah, it was crazy, and like juggling that with like the self-conscious, the social anxiety of like, did that just happen? Did that seem potentially performative to someone? Like, oh no.
Wow. I mean, the power of music. I mean, that's what it is right there. The effect that it has on us emotionally. I mean, I can name a list of songs that I've bawled my eyes out to that had nothing to do with me, but it just puts me in that spot. So I can't even imagine what it feels like to be on a stage, kind of for this first time in a while, getting out these deep emotions and kind of just screaming it out. I can't even imagine how that feels.
It was pretty nuts.
Is there any footage of that performance anywhere?
I hope not. No, I don't.
You're like, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, and we do a thing where we're backlit, like we try to be like these dark silhouettes. So the upside for my own like social awareness is that I'm just a shadow. I'm just a black silhouette. But the inverse. So no one probably even noticed unless they were like right in the front and like really got to like look up and see. But the inverse of that is I get to see every single fucking person because they're lit up. I get to like watch everyone. So it's an interesting little dynamic.
Yeah, well, it sounds like that switch was very beneficial to the band, and not even just the band and the music, but for you as well as a performer, just in general, just learning yourself better. So that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that story.
Yeah, of course.
So we are here today because of a song called, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but
Hiraeth is how I'm saying it. It's a Welsh word, and I don't speak.
So what is what does that mean? What does the title mean?
My interpretation of it, it's like a, I guess it means like a homesickness for a place you can't go back to, like the morning of like if only I can go back to that. But what I took from it and held on to for a while was like the longing, like the sadness and longing of going to a place that you've not only can't go back to, but never really even were. Like, so that's kind of how I held on to that, that word.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. So out of all the songs to choose, why did you choose to break this one down? What's the story behind this one? What does it mean to you?
So, in order to answer that question, I kind of have to zoom out a little bit. To like, if that's all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
The way that so the way that I write lyrics, I'm like a lyricist because our songs need lyrics. You know, like I find myself not looking forward to that process until the very end when it's almost done, and I'm like, oh, that was actually a really cool experience, and I got to write that down. I'm not the kind of guy that will like write poems or whatever, or lyrics with no songs attached to them. But because I am always writing music, I have like a slice of my brain reserved for like hearing cool words or cool phrases, and I'll kind of like put them away. And when it comes time to actually piece together an album, I do it entirely instrumental at first, and I try to write the music to like a feeling arc, like it starts off like slow and sad, and then it gets really intense and violent, and then it gets kind of introspective. I keep those emotions in mind as I'm constructing it, and usually towards that final instrumental arrangement section is where I'm starting to like attach words to it, like, oh, this is a song about this is a song about that, and then I try to weave them into an entire story, and I'll view the songs like chapters. So for this story, for this album, I had like a narrative that I had kind of figured out, and then this last track, the title track of the album, is like the finale, the and here we are. This is what has become of the first 6 songs. So it's a good way to kind of tie up all the loose ends and bring it all in for one big outro finale. Now that's why I chose that song.
When was this song written?
Probably late summer of 2020.
Okay. All right. So this was written. All right. I feel like I'm starting to get somewhere. So it's a song about being kind of like a homesickness, you said, and not feeling like you really have a place to go back to. It sounds like a
kinda, yeah.
Yeah, it or a place that was never really there.
Yeah, so it's there's 2 things happening in the lyrics for this song. So what I did for this album lyrically is I told a story, but I also tried to use a strong dedicated theme, and this theme was a lot of like flora and like plant and like bio sounding, like words and phrases to kind of mask those metaphors, like I always have, but a little bit thinner than normal. So, in this story, it's all first person. You've like finally broken through. So in track 6, you've finally broken through to the other side of this. I don't know what you'd call it, like a hole or a portal. You've finally gotten out of the shitty thing, and now you're in the new thing that you've been looking so forward to getting to, and you immediately regret it. And it's like the kind of a grass is greener, only terrible. And it's the idea of being by like a cosmic entity. None of this is literal. This is just me trying to like sum up the vibes. Being planted in a garden you don't belong in, and you're taking root even though you don't want to. So it's like you can't go back. You're against your better nature, being held on to this place, and you're withering and festering, and your roots are rotting, and you wish you could pick yourself out of the garden and go back to where you knew you weren't in the situation. It's out of your control, and you got what you wanted, and you didn't know how much it would suck, and here you are. It's not a very up.
It's really interesting. I was kind of in a similar mindset around this time because I'm a big Twilight Zone fan, and there's an episode that I love. It's called Time Enough at Last, about a man who loves to read books. Henry Bemis, loves to read books, and all he wants is time. It's all he wants. He just wants to be with his books. But then his glasses break at the end, and he's like, man, I wish I could, in that moment, I'm sure he was thinking, man, I wish I could just go back to the time where, maybe it was a little bit crazy, but I had my thing. And so a lot of us, as we're working throughout the days, and it's like Monday through Friday, and things are crazy, we always just wish, man, I wish we could just take a vacation, a forced vacation. We don't have to work for a while. And then that happened to us. And then we're like, we want to get out. And so it's kind of a little bit of a reminder of, to me, that's how I was feeling. That's how I kind of put it together. It reminds me a little bit about your track and what you were just talking about a little bit.
Yeah, that's a wonderful parallel.
All right, this is Hiraeth by NOTT. Let's break it down. Dude, your voice is so powerful. Like I can hear just like the emotion coming out of you. And it kind of gave me chills a little bit. I'm like, "Oh shit." And like the lyrics are deep too. Lyrics are very deep. So let's kind of talk about this a little bit. Finally something to see, to feel. Enraptured by the endless sights of all that can't be real. What is it? What just this first part right here? What does this mean to you?
So like when you're trying, like kind of that grass is greener mindset where you're trying so hard to get to the other thing that you don't see what you have. You don't see anything. You don't feel anything. You're almost numb because you're so singularly, like, microscopically focused on something that you don't have. You can't see it. You can't feel it. It's not yours. It's not your reality. It's like this daydream imagination of what you wish was happening. And then when you finally get something, it can be absolutely, shock and awe of, oh fuck, this can't be it. This can't be what I thought I was striving for. Right?
Yeah, I mean that's powerful. I mean, just that alone. So two things here. Finally, something to feel. I can't tell you how many nights that I, to be, me being vulnerable, at times I just drank myself to sleep, or because I just wanted to feel something.
Right.
Like
Or
like there's, or not exactly, or to not feel something. Just being able to feel something is something that a lot of people crave. Sometimes we feel so empty inside. Yeah. And it's like, oh, finally I've found this thing that I love. And so now kind of going back to the song meaning of finally getting that, and finally getting to that point, and then being like, well, now what? Now what do I do here? Now I'm in this place that I've dedicated so much time and effort to, and put all my energy in, and it's either not what I expected or not what I wanted. And so it's like it leaves us in this place in our life of feeling like, now what's our purpose? Have I just wasted all this time?
Exactly. It's confusing. It's scary. It can be jarring. There's a lot of I like that you just used the word scary right now, because when I'm reading the other lyrics, no, don't leave me, not now, not here, I'm trapped, bound, and sealed, all away from that I hold dear. Oh, this can't be real. How did it come to this? Immersion, a drowning to be reclaimed by the abyss. Like it just sounds like you're scared. It sounds like somebody who's terrified in that moment. Yeah, but that's what I was trying to kind of express, I guess, is like the wide-eyed, oh my god, what happened? What do I do? Can I do anything? I don't think I can. We're already here.
Yeah.
Now what? Yeah, can't go back. Now that I know this is a thing, I can't undo knowing about this. Like, this is it's a, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like you can't control Z your way out of it. It's
You're right. It almost even reminds me of relationships too. Sometimes music can be very subjective, and when you look at stuff like this, you can almost see it as a relationship that you were in, that you were just completely blindsided by. And it's like, man, this relationship isn't what I thought it was going to be. And, years later, you look back, you're like, man, this is not the relationship that I was in before, or that I even wanted. And so, you can almost see it that way too.
Yeah. How did we get
here? Yeah. That's tough.
What is, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's continue this. really quick. Really quick. This song's a fucking banger, man. Like I'm over here, and I'm just like, dun, 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 dun. I'm just like, oh. Let me find somewhere to get this out. I feel it. I feel the aggression there. All right, I just wanted to say that real quick. Break that one down for me real quick. To relinquish or to endure, embrace the anguish of what lies in store. What is that?
Yeah. So let's also include the line before it. Let it be done.
Let it be done. To relinquish or to endure, embrace the anguish of what lies in store. Yeah.
So here we are. You know, how did it come to this, right? Can't change it. Let's move past that. The change has occurred. I'm here now. Let it be done. Do I relinquish? Do I cave in and just let it wash over, or do I endure? I mean, like, do I just grit my teeth and hold on to the thing I can't go back to and continue suffering forward?
Ooh,
so it's like,
that's tough.
I don't want to do either.
Yeah.
But I even inaction is an action. So it's like I have to do something. I have to either accept it, even if it sucks, or I can not accept it and let it happen anyway.
Yeah.
that's kind of
to relinquish or to endure, embrace the anguish. For some reason, so that takes me back to a job that I was very unhappy with. It was a high-paying job, and it was, to any outsider, it can seem like something really great, but to me, I hated it. I knew it wasn't for me. It wasn't what I wanted to do, and I knew that shortly after I started there, within a couple months. And one of my thoughts was, man, do I stick this out and stay here for, as long as I'm like, oh, the paycheck's good, but then I'm not happy. I'm not happy with this. And so it's costing me my mental health just staying here. It's, and so to, embrace this job and tough it out, or make a change and do something that I really care about.
Right.
I like how it can be a double meaning there.
For sure.
Yeah. Powerful. All right, let's continue rocking out. Shout out to the drummer too. That's some amazing drumming there.
He's incredible. Peace.
Wow. Yeah. Ugh. To me, those last couple lines there is kind of just embracing the bad moment, embracing the suck, and just letting it be what it is.
Yep. Just
to sink into my last domain.
yeah, like this is. I'm just gonna just. I'm here. I can't.
Yeah, and you're letting it be just what it is, and you're like, you know what? Fuck the pressure of all of it. If I'm happy or not, if it's what's best for me or not, I don't know. I'm just going to be here and let life do its thing. But it almost seems like that's not what this person wants to do. And so you say things like, I sink my teeth, and it's caustic, but it's cleansing in a way because I can finally just like let it go. But
right, just like, can't change this. Fuck it. Like, it's just
yeah,
not good. It's not healthy, but it's like, you know what? It's kind of a shrug, like a divine shrug to let go of everything.
yeah,
Yeah,
the pressure, just let it off. But then you're stuck in this, huh?
Like it's like I just had this thought. It's like attaining like nirvana, like enlightenment, except it's like extreme nihilism. Like it's not good.
Yeah. Oof.
It's like the ultimate fuck it.
Yeah. Man. This is brutal. All right, let's keep listening. All right, let's go back to some of these lyrics here really quick. Worthless. I would rather rot. Forgotten. Lost within the... How do you say that? Brine? Lost within the brine. Forsaking in the fold of time. To disappear completely. Diminish. To fade silently into nothing. Those are some brutal lyrics, man.
Thanks.
Worthless. Worthless. I would rather rot. And that's what you do when you kind of decide to just sit in it.
Right. To not affect change. You're saying rather just rot and be forgotten, and just lost into the murk of it all.
To disappear completely, diminish, to fade silently into nothingness. You just don't. You just don't even want to be of this world anymore.
Right. Not to anyone.
Yeah.
To completely disappear. To just let go.
I think. I think for every adult. We all kind of go through a moment where we're just like, man, it would be nice to say, fuck all of this. And I'm going to an island and I'm disappearing with no trace left behind. You know, I'll leave my phone, I'll leave my computer. There's no way to find me or track me. I want to go somewhere completely deserted and just get away from all of it.
I am gone.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I think it's very relatable, and I think we've all kind of been here, you know, depending on our different situations. I think we've all kind of been here a little bit. And to fade silently, like you don't want to make a big thing about it. You don't want to say goodbyes. You're just like, fuck it all. I'm fading silently into nothingness.
Even address.
And you
even
can't
address thinking of this breathing. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Heavy. All right, let's continue this. Okay, hold on. I was not expecting it to go into this. After just hearing that, just like brutal, that growl. Ugh. Always appreciate a good growl, man. A good scream there. And you just held. How long did you hold that for?
I don't know, like 11, 12 seconds, whatever
Yeah,
that is.
that was impressive. It makes me want to put the song on and attempt to do that myself. It makes me want to try to do that. And then I'll be like, I would feel so good too after getting that out.
I think there's a longer one coming up.
Hell yeah. How did it
Haven't
feel?
measured-
How did it feel to go in and
track that?
to track that? Yeah.
Challenging, but also cathartic when it was over, because it's like it's a balance of getting a sound out, like a specific timbre or tone, without just you can't just put the gas, like put the pedal all the way down. You have to like reserve some breath and
Yeah.
like make sure that that's the whole way, which is really hard to do. And at the very, very end, when you're like, oh fuck, I've got like 3 seconds left, and you're like shaking because you don't have any air left.
Right,
It's,
right.
like, push, and 3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
There it is.
almost there. Is this song challenging to do live?
Dude, this song sucks to do live for both of us, for Julie and myself. It's
She's going quick.
yeah, the drums are really fast and relentless. The chords and the guitar are like genuinely hard to play. It's the vocals are one of the easier parts until you get to moments like that.
Right.
So it's the kind of thing where when we do play this song, it's not every set, but when we do play this song, we like share a quick look, like, all right, like with each other, like
you ready for you ready to do this one?
Yeah.
Do you need some water before?
Here we go.
Yeah. Fun though. I would love to hear the song live. I would be tearing up that pit if I was there.
Hell yeah.
And then this little breakdown here of kind of switching up a little bit would give me a breather. I'm sure you guys love this part too. It's a little breather for you too.
Yeah, it's like the song's not over, but I have a second to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, let's keep listening to this. I'm very intrigued at the moment. Wow. What a track, man. What a track.
There's a lot going on with that one.
Yeah. I felt like I just needed a moment after I heard that. Damn. All right.
Hold on and fester, take root here together.
Yeah, break that down.
Like, it's, so you finally made it to this place. You realized this is a fucking mistake. I don't like this feeling. You know, summarizing the whole song. I don't like this feeling. I don't like where I'm at. I can't change it. Am I going to hold on to my like resentment over it, or am I going to accept it and let just the suck kind of wash over me?
Yeah.
I would rather just fade away and not deal with any of this. And then there's a pause. There's that musical break, which I interpret as like the
that's exactly what I took it for. Yeah. It's that moment to just be like, okay, is this really what I want to do? It kind of just like a self-reflective moment, and then you're just like, fuck it, I'm all in. Like, you're just like, I'm back. No. I was able to go from here to here to think about it for a second, but I don't need to think for too long. I'm just going right back in it. Ugh.
Yeah, and to come in with hold on and fester, take root here together is like, I'm not gonna forget, but I'm not leaving either. I'm gonna stay in this shitty thing and be mad about it. I'm not gonna accept it. I can't change it. So I'm just gonna be here. I'm gonna be mad, and you're here with me, and you're not leaving either. And it's a really negative message, but like, this sucks, and I want you to know it sucks, and I refuse to forget why it sucks. Like, I'm not gonna mourn that thing. I'm gonna keep its memory alive by holding on, and it's gonna fester, and it's gonna be bad. It's going to be negative.
It was never enough.
Yeah, it was never enough. Yeah, what I could do was never enough. And then just to repeat it over and over again, and to just like not like to the universe, just out loud. So
this track is very it's very vulnerable.
Yeah.
When you put this out, you know, because you said that there was like a switch there in some of your writing and wanting to be more vulnerable and open. How did that feel for you? Like, once this was released and you've had all these emotions kind of just built up inside of you, and then you're like, you know what? Now I'm going to be raw and vulnerable, and I'm going to put it out for everybody to listen to and to hear. How was that for you? How was that mental journey of being in that moment, writing about it, recording it, and now it's out. Everybody knows it's about you.
Right. It was a long, interesting, and scary process, because like you write it, like you said, it's like phase one of being vulnerable and letting it out. But vulnerable to who? Like, just to the honest, naked self. Like, that's good. That's healthy. But it's not outward. It's very insulated. And then you record it. So you meet up with someone. They all right, go. And then you have to do a bunch of stuff. You have to track drums and guitar and bass and vocals in front of people, and mix and edit. And you're starting to expand that circle a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of around like, am I being judged for any of this?
Yeah.
Hold on to it for a while, and you plan a release, and then when it actually comes out, it's been months, a year and a half since you were technically done working on it. And then the I don't want to say wound, because it's the wrong the wrong word for for an outward expression, but it kind of scabs over a little bit. And you're like, oh wait, I am good. I'm totally fine. Like nothing happened. No one. I wasn't judged. I wasn't questioned. I was able to be vulnerable, and it was safe, and it was great. And then you put it out there, and you're like, oh wait, I actually haven't put it out yet. And then everyone now for the first time gets to hear the songs, hear the music, read the lyrics, interpret it as they will, look at the artwork, look at the whole thing, and take in the artistic package all at once for the first time. And that's a very scary, like, here you go, world.
Yeah. It's caustic.
It's really cool
it's caustic yet cleansing.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a little scared to put it out. You don't know how it's going to be received, but once you do, okay, it's not as bad as I thought.
Right.
See, even in a song,
hey, people seem to like.
Yeah, I was going to say, so even in a song that is, primarily a little bit on the negative side and embracing a suck, you can look at some of these lyrics and, set aside certain things, and it's caustic yet cleansing. That's actually somewhat of a motivational lyric there. If you put kind of a spin on that lyric and use it to be like, yeah, it is scary. But if I just go this way, it's ultimately cleansing. So it's almost a way out of the suck too. If you look at it a different way.
It's like a dichotomy. It's these that the
it's
dichotomy
caustic.
of like two opposing points. It's like this is a negative thing, and even within the song, like shitty thing A or shitty thing B, it's like, well, that's not good, but at least you have a choice and you're able to, like, you can look at it positively. Like I would rather rock, right? I like deciding for yourself, I'm just going to do this thing over here. It may not be pretty, but I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, sometimes there really is no way out of it, and you have to power through the suck. And once you're like in a place of acceptance and this is what it is, and there's nothing that I can do about it in this moment, embrace it, but hopefully I can get out of it.
Right. Like maybe it's like this now, and it might feel like a forever thing, but that doesn't mean it is.
Yeah. I like the lyrics in this a lot.
We aren't. Yeah, thank you. It was this one came together pretty fast. Sometimes songs take a really long time, both musically and lyrically. And it's like chipping away at the big marble blocks. Like, man, this is gonna take for fucking ever to piece this puzzle together and to figure out what I'm trying to like having a vision and then having a hard time kind of realizing it and making it a thing. Mm-hmm. This song came together really fast. And I think it's because it was like supremely honest. It was easy to just like keep having that faucet in the open position.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
You didn't have to work too hard to think of lyrics because you're just saying what's in your head. You're saying the words that are in your head. Worthless,
right?
Worthless, forgotten, diminish. I mean, it's like it's we know like not much needs to be said. Yeah, not much needs to be said to understand where you're at. Yeah.
Diminish. Yeah.
Well, next time I am in an angry. Next time I'm angry and going for a run, I know what I'm adding to my playlist.
Hell yeah.
Gonna help power me through that run.
Nice.
Yeah, I went for a run today and it was like 21 degrees, and so I embraced the anguish there. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna power through this run. I'm gonna embrace this anguish. I am in Brooklyn, New York.
Where are you located?
Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
And the last
it's cold there.
Yeah, last month or so, it has dropped tremendously. Like I'm in my basement right now, and it's warmer in my basement than it is upstairs, just because I'm underground and like the level of ground, like there's too much like cold getting through like the windows and shit. Like so, I'm in my basement and I'm warmer than I am like upstairs in my bedroom. It sucks.
Right. You're in your little earthen pocket,
Yeah,
like a hobbit, just
pretty much, man.
subterranean.
Yeah. So what's next for Not? What do you guys got coming up? You got shows, you got new music. What is the future for Not?
We are wrapping up the next album. It's
Nice.
we're yeah, it's just about in the bag. So the next, I don't know how long it'll take to come out or promote it or any of that crap.
Yeah.
But the next chapter is on the horizon, and the lyrics are written, the guitars are tracked, it's mixed. Like I'm very happy with it. It's
Cool.
it's like the next chapter, and I'm very stoked on how it came out. So
Cool. Is there
yeah,
are there more vulnerable tracks like this on it?
I would say more so. Yeah, I really liked how it felt doing that with this album with Hiraeth. So I kind of went right back in, and it wasn't so new. It wasn't comfy, but it was a little bit more of a familiar space, mentally and emotionally, while I was putting together the story and putting together the words, and yeah, pretty hyped on it.
Nice. Well,
Can't
when
say
that
too much about it. But
no worries. But when that comes out, that just means we're gonna have to do this again and break down another one of your tracks. I would love, after reading this one, and then the new stuff. Like I'm really curious on your songwriting journey. So I'd love to do this again at some point and break down another one.
yeah, I'm very down. Yeah, sign me up.
Hell yeah. Well, Tyler, dude, thank you so much for coming on here, man, and sharing your song and your story. It's not an easy thing to do, and as you have experienced, not easy to put these kind of tracks out, and then to break these kind of tracks down. And what do you mean by that? And how do you feel? How does that make you feel? It's not an easy thing to do. So I super appreciate you coming on here and doing this. Yeah, it really means a lot to me, and I'm sure your fans are going to have fun kind of hearing the inside thoughts of Tyler while he's screaming these crazy growls and stuff. I'm sure they're gonna dig it.
Oh yeah, this was really cool, man. Thanks for having me on. This is a really cool concept to like really dive into the nitty gritty, the feelings, the emotion, because this all of this it's all expression at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
having an open channel to talk about it outside of like, man, that riff was super sick.
Yeah.
Like I love that stuff. Don't get me wrong, I love that, but being able to is a cool space you're creating. I think that's pretty.
Thank
sweet.
you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I definitely feel that, for listeners, music is that place for us to kind of go to kind of feel like we are part of something, and to make us feel better. But I feel on the reverse, the artists also need a space to come on and be like, this is what I mean. This is what I'm going through. I'm doing this music not only for me, but for you as well, and for the listeners. And I think it's really important for artists to have a space to break down these lyrics, not just an album as a whole, but it's like, no, let's focus in on one of your tracks that means a lot to you and tell us why it means a lot to you. I think fans can understand their favorite artists just a little bit more and have a little bit more respect for what they're doing, and have some fun with it. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cool.
Awesome.
Well, keep rocking out in Seattle, man. Hopefully next time I'm in Seattle, actually might be in a couple months. Maybe you're playing a show or something like that. Would love to check you guys out.
Yeah.
But thanks again, dude, and wish nothing but the best for this upcoming album, and I'm excited to do it again sometime.
Oh yeah. Till next time.
Till next time.